Dear brothers and sisters, I think what is very important is to think of some key factors which can help us meditate more. The more we meditate, the better off we're going to be. There's just no doubt about it. How do we make it so that we do meditate more? And how do we make it a priority in our day-to-day existences? I think one of the difficulties that we all have is our mind. Our mind is always trying to derail us. And so we need to be convinced at the mental level that meditation is going to be beneficial to us. It'll be helpful to us. And so one of the first things to tell ourselves is to focus on what benefits we have as we meditate. Today, since meditation has been so popular in the last half century, Sant Rajinder Maharaj, he made his first trip to the States in 1955. And that's what about getting close to about 70 some years. And since then, and we see all the attention on meditation after the 60s and the 70s, and today meditation become quite mainstream. Few people who tried meditation at that time, others would think of them as being people who are like not in the mainstream of life. But today, all around the globe, meditations become very in. And many people have tried to meditate. The techniques might be different, but the benefits of meditation through researches that have happened, and there are many papers out there and researches out there. We talk about the physical benefits, the benefits to the physical body in being able to deal with illnesses of the body, help coming in our emotional states, to be able to deal with those situations which are very difficult and painful and make them happy, help coming to us in our day-to-day work life by being more focused, being more efficient, and being able to get things done quickly, sort things out nicely, not get perturbed when things don't go our way. And definitely beyond all the spiritual benefits of reaching our goal, of experiencing the Creator, of being able to fulfill the very purpose for which we are in this physical state of being in the human body. And so those benefits are well known today. And we need to remind ourselves of the benefits. We forget them. Many times in life, even though we know what the right things to do are, we're unable to do them because we get derailed by our mind. We all know, like, eating healthy is good for the body. Yeah. And there's so much emphasis on eating well in the last, I think, 30, 40 years. That many people and this know about what is there that we should be eating. What kind of protein, what kind of carbohydrate, what kind of fats are good for the body. This is well known. I mean, the articles after articles which are available to us. But how many of us eat well? And when you start to dig into the eating process, whether it's alkaline food or acidic food, or whether it's food that makes the body cold or hot, or there are so many intricacies in there that even though we know about it, we can read about it, we can find out the information, our mind then says, oh, a little hot chocolate would be good. Is it better than coffee? We don't know. And even though we know things, we are unable to do them. And so same thing happens in meditation. We know there are benefits of meditation. So what we need to do is we need to remind ourselves of the benefits. So how do we remind ourselves? Many people today get reminders through their phones. So they have this, reminders coming to your phone every day. Like, now this is this person's birthday, and my appointments for my day. And so if you're a phone person, which most people are today, and that's why you get reminders, then I think you should put the benefits of meditation in a reminder to come out every day. Every morning you get up and say, meditation benefit number 1, meditation benefit number 2, meditation benefit number 3, meditation benefit number 4. So it hits you every day. It tells you it's important. This is what you do. If you're from the old school and you write things down and make a list of things to do, then in your list on the top should be all the benefits of meditation. Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and benefits that we don't even know. So that we are reminded of it every day. And I think a reminder to us is very, very important, because the mind is habitual. The mind needs to be reminded every day of what is important. They always talk about out of sight, out of mind. If it's not in front of you, the mind doesn't focus on it. And so I think that one of the best things we can do is to remind ourselves every day of the benefits of meditation, so that we don't forget it. And then, whichever mechanisms we have, whether you put it on the top of a fridge, every time you go there, you get reminded. A mechanism which will help us understand and realize and keep our mind focused on meditation is one of the first things that we should do. One of the most important things we should do. I think the second factor that might help us is to make sure that when we meditate, we are meditating accurately. The accuracy by which we meditate is what gives us the results. So many people sit to meditate, but they haven't perfected their meditations. As soon as they sit to meditate, they might have a distraction. As soon as they're trying to meditate, they might get thoughts which distract them in many, many areas. And instead of meditation, then one is like doing a thinkitation. You focus on your thoughts, whether the past, the future, something that happened to you, something you might have to do in the next day. These are all distractions which we could sit for an hour, but in an hour, if we have only focused properly for 60 seconds, it doesn't buy us that much. If the 59 minutes are gone in thinking about this and thinking about that and thinking about that, then we are not going to reach there. So what is an accurate meditation? First, the body needs to be still. That's not very difficult. To keep the body still and be in a pose where we don't get distracted or moved is easy. That comes with practice. So we practice that, that's easy to do. The difficulty comes in stilling the mind. And so those of us who've been initiated have been given the 5 char names. Now we should not only repeat them when we meditate on the divine light, as we're trying to experience the light within, but during the day we should be repeating them so that our attention is on being able to repeat the names and still the mind. Have the mind be used to them. It's not like we only repeat them when we meditate. And if you meditate 2.5 hours, that's very good. But then the 21.5 hours which you're not meditating, if we never think about the words, then our attention is very difficult to focus on them. So during the day, whenever we are doing activities, we don't need our mental capabilities, then we should be repeating the holy names. And for those who have not been initiated, repeating some name of God, repeating a name that's peaceful or calm will help you. So realizing that we need to give time to still the mind when we sit to meditate, and what will help us is if we do the repetition during the day is very, very important. Because then, and once the body is still and the mind is still, then we will be able to meditate accurately. And the more time we spend in accurate meditations, the better the results are going to be. And so this is one of the keys to having meditations which are more deeper, a meditation which are going to have us experience more of the divine, and to be able to focus on it during the day whenever you have an opportunity is good. When you look at some of these sports, you have the football season going on, you have the basketball season, you have the baseball season, and hockey season, and now soccer, and all kinds of activities. There are millions of people who play those sports. There are very few who excel. If you look at the lives of those who excel, it's not that they just, let's say you're a football player, it's not like you can only come on a Sunday or a Saturday in the playoffs or something and you play the game. They are focused on it. They practice. They accurately play in whatever position they're playing. They learn the skills and they do it consistently. And when they do it, they don't get distracted. They are focused on what they want to do. And so it's the same thing with us if we want to meditate properly. We need to learn the skills. We need to take the time away from when we are meditating to be able to get ourselves in the state that we perform well when we meditate. So it's a performance. It's a performance of knowing God. It's a performance of getting to our goals. In a sports, it's a performance to be able to, whether you have to score a goal or a touchdown or whatever else is happening, score points by, getting a hoop. Uh, you need to practice for that. And that practice is what helps you when you have to be performing. And so we need to practice to still our mind during the day and night when we're not meditating. And so that's one of the key factors that will help us. Don't think that this is the time to meditate 2.5 hours where they break it up into 3 times, or just meditate for the 2.5 hours together, that there's a time to meditate and you forget about it. You keep reminding of it. Those are people who excel. Those are the people who will do well, is when their focus is on what is the most important activity in their lives. Another factor which is very helpful is that we need to be motivated all during the day to meditate. And so, how do we get motivated? We need to make sure that we feel the importance of meditation. We know the benefits. We've made sure that we're accurate in our meditation. There needs to be some motivation to meditate. And that is the key. We can drive. We all drive, half an hour or two or three every day. We go on vacation, we drive for many hours, and we right focus on the road. And our attention is on the road, and nothing distracts us, and we get to our goal. We get to our destination. We all go to work. Many people drive to work. And so every day we're getting to our destination. We have all these distractions. We have some of these other people who we don't think know how to drive, who are also on the road. And we could have sometimes bicycles come in, and sometimes or motorcycles come in, and other kind of vehicles come in. We got big trucks coming in. Or we could be stuck behind someone who's driving like 10 miles an hour in a 55-mile limit zone. Those things happen, right? But we maneuver. Why? Because we want to get to our destination. And so we maneuver, our attention's on the road, we don't hit them, we try to get out of the way. We don't get involved in their mess that they're bringing in front of us. We sidestep it. So we have to do the same thing with our mind when we meditate. The mind is going to be bringing one mess after another to us. It wants us engrossed in that mess. It doesn't want us to meditate. So we need to sidestep it. To say, okay, forget it. My attention is here. I need to be focused right in front of me. And I'm not going to let anything distract me. And so this is one of the keys to understand as we want to perfect our meditate more in 2024. As we think of other factors, I think another factor that really helps is a passion to meditate. We hear about all these saints and mystics. We hear about Sant Rajinder Singh Maharaj meditating the whole night. Okay? We hear about saints from the past who would spend hours after hours just focus on meditation. And so we wonder, how were they able to do it? It's all a question of where we want to focus our attention. And as human beings, wherever we focus our attention, that's what we become. So if we have a passion to meditate, then we'll be able to get to our goals. And the passion to meditate comes in our life when we feel the importance to meditate. How important it is to us. The physical benefits are there, the emotional benefits are there, the mental and the intellectual benefits are there. But the spiritual benefit, which is the key. And when we do realize that the purpose of us being alive is to be one with God, and the way to be one with God is to still ourselves and to meditate, then the passion to be reaching a goal, which is oneness with the Creator, is what will give us a zeal to be able to go swiftly at a very rapid pace towards a goal. And then that's very, very important. So let us meditate for a few minutes. Please sit as comfortably as you can. Close your eyes very gently, just like you close them when you go to sleep. Your eyeballs should be straight, focus 8 to 10 inches in front of you. Those of you who have been initiated in the mysteries of the beyond, please do your Simran. And those of you who are new here, please repeat any name of God that you feel comfortable with. This repetition of God's name should be done mentally and not out loud. Right in front of you, with time, light will sprout forth, and whatever is the best experience that you should be having in God's will is the experience that you will be having for yourselves. I pray to God Almighty and to the three great spiritual masters of the past century, Hazur Baba Sawan Singh Ji Maharaj, Param Sant Kripal Singh Ji Maharaj, and Dayal Purush Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj, to help each and every one of us experience the divine revelations within and to soar towards a goal very, very rapidly. We'll be sitting for a few minutes. I'll be getting you out of this meditative state at that time. And my best wishes are with each and every one of you. Please leave off. Please leave off.